Hi there, I'm Anushka, mum to my 15-month-old son, and today I just wanted to talk about some of these National Geographic kids books that we've been reading together. I do a series of videos on books I'm reading with him, both fiction and non-fiction, and how I'm going about reading these books to him, reinforcing themes and doing supporting activities such as flashcards or Montessori sensory trays to kind of support the books that we're reading together. So I just wanted to discuss a few of them and also share this amazing resource, which is the National Geographic Kids books. So the books that we've been reading are on tide pools, turtles, reptiles, and farm animals. I really like them because they have different levels of difficulty with the books. So there's a pre-reader, which is ready to read, level 1 co-reader, starting to read together, level 2 reading independently, and level 3 fluent reader. My son is probably in the pre-reader stage. He is not yet ready to read. He started recognizing some alphabets. He knows about 4 or 5 alphabets at 15 months, which I don't expect him to know much more than that. So we are currently reading the level 1 co-reader books together because I enjoy reading these books with him. And also the topics I think are more suited to his interests right now. He is really into farm animals. He has little figurines that we use to match up with the farm animals in this book, like little toy figurine animals. On reptiles, he loves dinosaurs, lizards. He likes trying to catch the lizards outside, so we've been reading a lot about reptiles. We also did a recent visit to the Reptile Discovery Center, and he held some snakes, which was very exciting for him, and saw crocodiles and alligators up close and personal. And we have turtles. We are planning a visit to the turtle sanctuary to look at some of the turtles there and learn about baby turtles hatching and making their big journey across to the ocean. And then we have tide pools. So we were planning to go with his homeschool group to the tide pools, but unfortunately due to the weather last week that got cancelled. But what we did do before that was make a little tide pool diorama at home. I drew lots of things like sea urchins, chitons, octopus, fish, starfish, shells, abalone, and then I colored them all in, and then I actually laminated them so that they'd be waterproof. I got a metal tray, like a baking tray, and put in some rocks and sand, and then put all the little creatures in there, and then we filled it up with water. So we looked at what it would look like at low tide and then at high tide, and we compared it with all the animals here in his book. So here are some of the activities I've been doing with my son. These books are an amazing resource. I'll just flick through one. So tide pools, for example, we've got photographs of all these things. Like here's a sea slug, starfish, sea anemone. Here's a chitin. Animals creatures I never even knew about. Though I have eaten some of them. And then we have mussels, this sculpin fish, and then like abalone, which is delicious. I've only ever had the pleasure of eating it once in my life. It was beautiful. If you haven't had abalone, highly recommend. So it's really cool to see real pictures of these amazing sea creatures that live in tide pools, and then learn about how they migrate as the tides go in and out, and also like for animals that are dependent on each other, and it talks about it in very easy terms so that children can understand, and obviously with adult support at his age, I explain a lot of it to him. And I think it would have been great to actually go to the inlet and look at the tide pools, but due to the weather we couldn't. So I definitely want to take him at some stage. We do have a couple of these sea snail kind of shells at home, so we've been holding it to our ear and listening to the sound of the sea. At the back of the books, they also have like a glossary. They have a glossary type thing and quizzes that kids can do. And here's an explanation of all these things. So very informative infographic style of presenting this information with real pictures and images, such that you would see in National Geographic, hence National Geographic Kids. I hope you do enjoy them. And if you think of any other activities that you can do with your kiddos, with these books, I would be grateful to learn of them, because I'm always looking for other resources to support our learning. For us, it's mainly been like matching, I guess, doing matching with the farm animals in this book, making dioramas of things. He has a little New Zealand dairy farm set, so we've been playing with that and looking at how the cows will eat hay, and we've been filling up the grain bin with dried up Cheerios, which is his grain for the cows. This beautiful picture of this pig rolling around in the mud. If you do have the opportunity to visit a petting zoo, that would be great. Take this along and share this with your child as you look at all the animals in the petting zoo. We often go to Disney, to Animal Kingdom, so I have been meaning to do another trip and take this along with us when we go to the petting zoo at Animal Kingdom, so that he can see some of these animals that he's been playing with, and he's got a real understanding of the what the different animals I guess can provide to us. So he often takes his little pet cow figurine and tries to tries to lick the udder to get milk from the cow. So it's amazing to see how their understanding of things is coming together. And when I say cow milk, and he understands that the cow milk in the fridge comes from a cow, and this is a little cow figurine, and that's where it comes from. So that's really cool. Recently, we also went to the Children's Museum in Houston, where they have a big cow, like a life-size cow model, and it has a rubber udder that the kids can actually go and pull. And I suspect that at times they are able to fill it up with milk or something, a liquid, and they're able to like really actually milk the cow, I think. But nevertheless, it was cool to see my son go up to it and start pulling the udder immediately, and he understood that this is where milk comes from. So our children are so capable of learning so much, and they're just sponges for knowledge. And I think we often underestimate everything they're capable of, so maybe I overestimate a lot to compensate for that, but I like to just give him a lot of information, and it's amazing to see what he absorbs. I hope you enjoy these books, and if there are any other National Geographic readers that are really fun, please do recommend them to me. I am excited to explore more from this amazing series. Thank you.